it gets a little easier. It's just more based on gear at that point. But memorizing the patterns, that's a real tricky part of it too. And these guys initially are kind of hard because they move around, and oftentimes you'll be doing a lot of damage and they'll just teleport to the side of you and keep hitting you. And then you have to, you know, takes a little bit of time to compensate for that. So the game it's definitely a lot faster paced.
These woods are ominous and old.
This is the way out,
Older
so.
than my time.
Can we look at the map maybe? And it doesn't show anything. It's gotta be in this little area. Or if you move too far away, it'll say that you have to be in a different area to complete it. So you'll know you're not in the right place. In my case it says mouse 5. And that's the button I use to pull up my map. There's a treasure guy, so... Oh, I think my enchantress hit him. It's okay, I need to circle around, see how he's between enemies there. And really, at this level, you've got to concentrate to just kill him. So here we go, we got the boss after us now. These are his minions. And they've got nightmare on them, so... Every now and then I'll uncontrollably run somewhere. As long as you keep dropping ice and using your sacrifices correctly. Go for that life steal, and any class really can play based off the life steal. I think I'm going to set up my Crusader to do the same tactics, but always sit there and stun. Instead of always using the ice attack, I can always hopefully physically stop their attack. So I'm going to charge it up again. Got a 5 that time. And then I'll let the dogs go, just to kind of clear it now that they've taken a little bit of damage. So ideally, you know, the game should probably be a little harder than this. Like, some of the stuff gives me a challenge here or there. But for the most part, I can never really worry about my health dropping. But Act 4, Act 5, they're tough. Hopefully that guy didn't teleport. If that's his first run, he might still be there. So, well, I still have the 5 here. Let's try to catch him. There he is. So I'm going to blow up my zombie dogs while they have the power up. And then I'll cast them again. And see, that's why my mimics are useful. I normally couldn't have casted that ice that fast. And he only dropped 3 things, so... I think this is the run I got lucky there. I've had 2 so far, I believe, so... That's up to 3 with that last set I just got. That's why he probably only dropped 3 items. You're a little too good at this difficulty. They try to tell you subtly. Like right there, it's just like... Normally a wave like that would be a lot harder. If I used my dogs in there, it would have annihilated them. They were almost back, so I'll go ahead and just save them for something. And that decision kind of took me a long time to learn. This game does have quite a steep learning curve. You have to really find the way that you play the game best. Like for me, I don't necessarily have to be too accurate with the click. And here's what we're supposed to get, I believe. Yeah. This is a little event battle.
They'll be upon us at any moment. Stand firm, brothers, and they will sing of our valor through the ages. The enemy is here for glory.
So since I lost all my special ability there, I'm going to try to grab them all. There's the 5 again. And then use the dogs, of course. And depending on how many of those actually come back to life, you can do multiple explosions. So as long as you have all your amplifiers up, it's usually the way to play any class, really. Like the Crusader right now, I'm just trying for stun, so anything that will do stun damage in particular. I like the shock and the chill are pretty good. I really like the Crusader for the ability of holding multiple weapons and stuff. Like you can hold a two-handed in one hand. It's a skill set, of course, but it's really cool that's even offered. And there it was. Another 3.8 million. But 4 blood shards, because we're in the double blood shard area now. The bonus world. And we have 2 more places. I'll probably speed through a lot of this for you guys. Some of it is pretty boring. But when you do get, you know, item drops and things, you always make it a little more fun. That's how the very first game was. It was, you can play a little farther if you find the correct items. So as long as you could reload the areas, and they were already, like, always random. So it was really nice. I think the original game only had, like, maybe 5 different sets of stuff for the dungeons. So if you played through with every class, you would, sometimes the same, like, the floor layout would be the same. Like this little area is always the same, because it's an exit from killing the giant spider boss. And she's not really giant, she's pretty easy. A lot like that other one that we killed, but with this fire damage here, it's impressive. Try to grab some more guys there.
Need more time.
As long as I have an amplifier going. Oh, I just had a horrible frame drop there, guys. Yep, I'm having an error with fraps, it looked like. Yeah, I'm having a fraps error. I'll be right back. Hopefully. Is this gonna still be bad? There we go, it's back to 60. Oh, that must have been a bad chunk or something. Even Diablo has bad chunks. They're not as noticeable as Minecraft would be. That was always so annoying. And there's our arrow, so we'll go straight to it. I've been kind of clearing the areas pretty good here.
Need more time.
Oh cool, it's right here actually, so. Kill these guys real quick. Trying to interfere. Always, before these events and stuff, you want to clear out the area so you can run all directions, or if it's this easy, I can always just run the way I came. But sometimes you'll need to maybe avoid arcane or something, and that'll usually depend, you'll make your decision on where to go a lot less, so. It's oftentimes way good to clear it out before you're fighting, like kill 100 enemies for bonus. And every time it's bonus loot, go for it. It's at least worth trying to collect. And then a lot of times you will collect it, so. So this one is just complete waves. So we'll use our dogs if we have them, but on these shrines, I really don't care if I get it or not. I mean, it can make it a better shrine. But that was the bounty, so that, you know, blood shards and everything from that. I'm not actually sure how many I have now. I've farmed about 400, I believe. this shouldn't be too bad. I think I'll try the Butcher. He's pretty beast mode, even for me right now. The way you have to fight him is once he's down to a quarter health, there's a chance that all the floorway that you walk on, there's a chance that it lights on fire. But when you get him low health, there's a chance that all the squares, like as you're walking into them, turn on. So it's impossible to avoid it. And they froze me, so I'm going to go ahead and blow up my dogs as soon as I can. See what I mean about the frozenness? And it's relentless sometimes. My special move doesn't help. That's the only bad thing about the frozen piranha is you can't see the frozen in it. Like right there was, oh, and see how fast they are? Some of them are just, by the time you do see them, it's too late. But my healing is there, so as long as I have 6 dogs in there, because they steal life and then I steal a lot of life with my physical attack hitting. That fire column is, it's actually quite a few hits. There we go. Those guys are the worst. I really don't like frozen. So we're almost full again. Hopefully we'll kill 100 enemies, find this guy, and we'll have just enough room to carry all the cool stuff. Oh, he's actually fighting skeletons over there. We'll... Uh-oh. I was gonna say, let's let him continue, but... we can get him. He can pull me towards him, and there he tried, but I see how I positioned myself on the corner there. It'll keep him from using Vortex on you. But I can't really shoot around that. There we go. From this angle it works. And hopefully from here he won't be able to pull me towards him. And they're just gonna be on that bridge until they're all gone. And he's trying to steal health as well, but he's not doing a very good job. There he goes. So he dropped a rare and another one of those death breaths. When I start enchanting, I'll need a lot of those. There we go. That's a Nephilim Valor. It makes me faster, and it's basically equivalent to a health globe too. I mean, it drops a little bit of health, but it's mainly for attack. And see how my Gargantuan's just standing there? There he goes, hitting someone, but if I blow up my dogs for a very good hit there. See how long that number stayed? But now the Gargantuan will be in front, and he'll be first striker. So it's really good to practice on switching them out and really be patient. And as long as this is built up, like if I sit here for a couple extra seconds, it's only helping me out. It's giving me a little bit of more cooldown on that. So we're almost to 100 enemies already. There's quite a few down here. See how he's just trapped again? If I were to blow him up, there he goes. Now he can attack him. And then you just recast them, and they're right there behind him for when he knocks out one, they'll kind of fill back in.
Not ready yet.
And hopefully this will be pretty close to 100 enemies. I'm not too worried. I mean, they can do some damage, but they're so slow that you can dodge just like that. And even if they teleport, these guys, by the time they start their swing, if you're moving away, then they'll miss. And there's the arrow for us. Just appeared on the map up in the corner. So it's you pretty much spend, you know, if you even go the wrong way, if you spend enough time in a dungeon, it'll automatically notify you. So it's way over there. That's kind of a pain. We're gonna have to kill way more than 100 to be able to kill this boss. Which is kind of a bummer, because normally you fight, you know, the butcher here. And you still have to fight through a floor stuff like this, but with the butcher at the end, it's much more satisfying. I mean, this is still going to give us our Herodic catch, and that's really good. We'll get a chance at some special legendaries that they only spawn from those. But you've got to clear all the bounties in order to win one of those. On this difficulty, as you can see, it's taken me quite a long time here. It's a little quiet through some of it, but there we go. So these are kind of fun in the sense you have to kill a certain number of enemies. It's always kind of cool when they have that feature where it's try to get the most experience, the most chances for loot, basically. This game's all about, well, there's another opportunity for a legend ring to fall or whatever. So the rings actually, they fall from a lot of different people. And that was a checkpoint, because I walked kind of into the doorway. That means we're going to have to go to the left up here. Actually, is that the right side of the screen and up? But if my character was turning from where we're going, it'd be left. Anyways. Here's a couple more. And Gargantuan actually got to stay in front there for most of it.
Not ready yet.
So I was thinking about what to call this class maybe, I don't know though. Because it's really fire-based and with the columns. I had a really good name last night. Just can't quite remember it right now. I've actually been, you know, learning so much right now. It's kind of hard to focus on other stuff. But for me, I'll play a game or something like this. You know, somehow I relate to this and it makes me, you know, feel less nervous or any of that jazz. It's a great way to de-stress in my opinion. It doesn't really matter what type of game it is really. If you enjoy it, and, you know, it's always fun. Now at least, you know, with recording it, who knows, maybe some people will use advice, but if you play this game, you can definitely see why it's entertaining. And hopefully I can show some of that. This is basically where the end game begins. And you start grinding to basically get Paragon levels. Almost at 60 now. But really, I played for so long without the expansion that... And there we go, bags are full, so... I have one white item, which is perfect. So I grab this, and I teleport. And basically, that's the only time you ever have to teleport. Because as you can see, I'm picking up a lot more potions than I ever would. Just with the life healing, you don't waste all that resource and money in buying potions anymore. So in my opinion, it's always convenient to try to get that stat as high as you can. That's the life per hit. And that one's good if you're using poison. Actually, that would be great. There's a new mask where all your fetish army characters will actually shoot poison darts. And it's really powerful. That was the highlight for last week.